Hi, I'm Molly Ryan.
And I'm Dan Levinson. We're here at Washington Square Park playing outside for our dance community and our friends. And the intermission band. I've lived on the park for 30 years, and Molly's lived here 17 years. I don't think we've ever played.
We did one time. We played one time when I was trying to promote my Kickstarter for one of my albums. That's the only time I think we played together here.
17 years. Yeah. I've been playing with Baby Soda, the Baby Soda Jazz Band, and Buck and Quarter Jazz Band, and but occasionally. And now we've been doing it once a week with Baby Soda. But this is the first time we played with one of our bands here.
It's funny because we've been actually sitting in this exact spot since the beginning of the pandemic. We come out here almost every day and we sit there with our quarantine.
Yeah, we have a 4-year-old, and she runs around and plays with kids and rides her bike around the fountain. Right on it. 4 flat. 1, 2, met at a jazz festival.
Don't talk about it.
We met at the Sacramento Jazz Festival and I was playing with a band called the Reynolds Brothers Rhythm Rascals, which was a washboard band led by the grandchildren of Zazu Pitts, the silent movie film star. And I was playing with that band, and Molly came and sat in, and that's how we met in
I was
Sacramento.
living out there. I was living in Sacramento. So I was always there at that festival.
Well, I mean, when Molly moved here, I guess 17 years ago, we played in California a little bit. I was on an album that she did in California in 2002, but she moved here in 2003. And, you know, gradually the scene changed a lot in the mid-2000s, 2005, 2006, and we gradually picked up musicians that we like to work with, Vinny Raniolo, and Kevin Dorn, who I've been working with since he was 20, and he doesn't look much more than that now, but that's 25 years ago. So, you know, gradually we found musicians that work well with us. And, you know, we usually play, we do your swing dances, and we play out of town, but this is new for us. Hope it's not the last time.
style of music when I was about 11. I would go to the Sacramento Jazz Festival and dress up and dance around. And we used to listen to the records. We listened to Bob Ringwald's records, and because he's a good friend of my dad. And this particular style we listened to at home, the old records. And then it was one time at the festival when Ralph Reynolds of the Reynolds Brothers asked me if I knew how to sing, because I was a cute little kid, and my dad spoke for me. He said, yeah, she knows how to sing. And so I went up to Bob Ringwald's house, and he taught me some songs, and the next year I came back and I performed them. I sat in with the band, and it worked as a gimmick, so I kept learning more tunes and sitting in with them, and attending jazz camp out in Sacramento, learning more songs there, learning more about how to play with a band, up until I moved out here in 2003. I moved right in with him and just tried to start doing as much as I could.
Well, one day I put on the wrong record. I was about 16 or 17, and I was listening to a lot of different styles of music, and I had been listening to what was then contemporary rock music, pop music of the 70s, and I got into old-time jazz, traditional jazz, and wanted to hear more of it. And I got to know some of the musicians who played it. I used to go to Eddie Condon's when it was still open on 54th Street, and the Red Blazer too, and Cajun Restaurant, and met a lot of musicians who eventually shaped my life and my career. And a lot of the guys I met if they're still with us, unfortunately many of them are not, but they became my associates, and I'm still working with David Oswald. We just lost Eddie Davis, who was a great influence and a mentor of mine, and Rosie McHarg, who was a clarinetist out on the West Coast, who had a big influence on me. So I met the musicians, and they sort of showed me what to listen to, what not to listen to, and started playing when I was 20. When I moved here in '83, I was not a musician. But I got interested in the music.
He was going to NYU.
I was at NYU. I was not a musician, but I got into the music and wanted to play it. So I started playing the clarinet, which I thought would be easy.
What are you studying at NYU?
We don't talk about that.
The theater.
I was a drama major. Not proud of it, but I was actually interested in musical theater, and I thought it would be a shortcut to getting into music without having to learn an instrument. But in the end, I really needed to practice and learn an instrument. So, and I was into traditional jazz, so I started playing clarinet and later saxophone, and got a job working as personal assistant to Dick Hyman, who's still living at 93, prominent pianist, arranger, composer on the scene at that time, and met a lot of people like Vince Giordano, who is up until 5 months ago was my boss 2 nights a week, and just got to know people and got on the scene. Lived in France, in Paris for a year, played on the street, toured around, and I've been doing it here in New York ever since. first time I came out to the park to play, you know, we've been in, this was the end of June, so April, May, June, we've been inside for about 3.5 months at that point, and it really was so refreshing. We'd done some videos online, but we hadn't played with live musicians, and it was so enjoyable to come out here and interact in real time with other musicians. And it's not only good for them out there, but it's also good for us, but for the mind and the soul to interact and play music. I've been doing it a long time, so I have to say it's easy to get burnt out in the music business. But all you need is a pandemic and not being able to play it for a few months. It makes you realize how important it is to get together with other musicians and interact in real time. All right, we're gonna finish with a song that's sort of, it's anthemic of this time. It's something we started doing. We did a video online actually, and it's called "Let a Smile Be Your Umbrella." And we hope you'll all stay well, wear a mask like I'm not doing right now, wear a mask, stay safe, and we'll see you when this whole thing blows over. May it be soon.
Once I met a happy little bluebird. I was blue as I could be. In a little while, I began to smile when he sang this merry song to me. Just let a smile be your umbrella on a rainy, rainy day. When your sweetie cries, just tell her that a smile will always pay. Whenever clouds are gray, don't worry or fret. A smile will bring the sunshine and you'll never get wet. So let a smile be your umbrella on a rainy, rainy day. Just let a smile be your umbrella on a rainy, rainy day. And when your sweetie cries, just tell her that a smile will always pay. Whenever clouds are gray, don't worry or fret. A smile will bring the sunshine and you'll never get wet. So let a smile be your umbrella on a rainy, rainy day.
Thank you. Vinny Raniolo, Abe Pollack, Molly Ryan, Danny Tobias, Kevin Dorn, Dan Levinson. Special thanks to our dancers, all of you for coming out, and to Prohibition Productions. Stay tuned, visit prohibitionproductions.com and check out Quarantine Speakeasy. We'll be on in about 3 or 4 weeks. Thank you all, and stay tuned for Danny Tobias.